Hey guys, it's Josh here at Mr. RV Tech in South Alabama. I know I look terrible, but it's 200 degrees with 200% humidity here today, so I'm just trying to be comfortable and can't wait to get to that shower after 5 o'clock tonight. Anyway, we're here at the service center, and I've been kicking around the idea to do a few videos on maintenance, and I think I'm going to start out with slide out maintenance. A lot of people don't know that they're supposed to do it or don't know how to do it, what products to use, how to do it properly. You know, what are you supposed to do to maintain a slide out to ensure that it doesn't break. Maintenance certainly will help with some of the components and prevent them from getting worn out to where you need to replace them, because some things are very expensive. However, please understand that motors do fail, mechanical things do fail, so what I'm trying to say is maintenance won't necessarily prevent it from breaking per se, but it will certainly increase the longevity of how long it's going to last in terms of seals, gear packs, and things of that nature. So I've got three different types of slide outs I'm going to demonstrate today. We have a hydraulic slide out from Lippert. We have the BAL AccuSlide cable slide out system, and then we're going to do a Schwintek. I know it's a dirty word in the RV community, but I personally happen to love Schwinteks, and it's probably because I understand them inside and out. And if you don't, they can be extremely frustrating. But without further ado, I'm going to show you my two favorite products. I'm not endorsing them necessarily. I don't work for them. I don't get paid from them. It's just the two products that I've found over the years that I like the best for what we're going to talk about. So without further ado, I've got a couple RVs in here in front of me. I'm going to switch the camera around and we're going to check it out. All right, this is Keystone, Montana. By the way, I do have a bunch of RVs for sale. If anybody's interested, these are on consignment, so they're private sales. I've got C classes, I've got A classes, I've got travel trailers, fifth wheels, diesel pushers. I've got an Essex over there. She's an oldie but a goodie. I've got toy haulers, you name it. But anyways, this isn't a sales video, this is a maintenance video, so let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is show you these two products. We're going to be talking about conditioning your slide out seals, which we'll talk about here in a minute. This is my favorite one right here. It's by Protectol. It's a slide out rubber seal conditioner. You can also use it on your door seals, any rubber seals on your RV. Really good stuff. You just spray it on. There's no need to wipe anything off or rub it in or anything like that. And the second one that I really like, I don't like the way it smells, and I do not like inhaling it when the wind blows the wrong direction. It's pretty gnarly stuff, but it's very good for its purpose. And this is slide out lubricant for the mechanical portion of the slide outs. So we'll talk about when and where and how to lubricate the different parts of these slide outs. And without further ado, the first one I'm going to jump on right here is the BAL AccuSlide. This can be recognized by cables on the exterior, top and bottom, and also on the inside. There's a total of 8 cables. So believe it or not, you don't need to do any maintenance on the drive mechanism of this. These cables are manufactured and shipped with Cosmoline in between the stainless steel strands. They do not rust and they do not require any lubrication whatsoever. Do they break? Yeah, eventually. Something's going to happen. They're going to get snagged in a pulley, or something's going to get jammed in the slide out. It's going to go cattywampus and a cable's going to snap. It does happen. They're not terrible to replace, so no big deal. However, they do have the same thing every other slide out does. They have what's called the bulb seal. This is where you're getting your weather seal when this room is closed. This bulb seal gets crushed, and that's where you get your weather seal and keep insects and stuff out. And the second one is what's called a wiper seal. See if I can get my finger under there so we can just flip it back and forth. There we go. All right, so the wiper seal is a soft rubber as well, and you can see if I rub my fingers on this, I'm not getting any gum or black spots or anything on my fingers. That's good. This is a well lubricated seal in great condition. One thing I want to mention while we're doing this maintenance video, to clarify something for some people, is people think that this seal right here, the wiper seal, is here to prevent water from getting in your RV. That could not be further from the truth. It's not going to keep water, sunlight, air, insects, smoke. This isn't going to keep anything out of your RV. The sole intention of this wiper seal is simply to wipe water off of this wall if you were to run your slide out in after a rain or something, to prevent a large accumulation of water on the floor inside. Your weather seal does come from the bulb seal on the exterior as well as the interior. So if these are in rough shape and you've got a slide out leak, it's highly unlikely the wiper seal has anything to do with it. You're going to want to be looking at your bulb seals. Okay, so the first product I showed you, the Protectol rubber slide out seal conditioner, you are literally going to spray that on this seal from top to bottom, all the way across the top of the room. Yes, you'll need a ladder to do that, but the foam does shoot out about 4 or 5 feet, so you can get up on the ladder usually and spray the entire seal on a, you know, moderately sized room. If it's 16, 27 foot super slide, something like that, you may need to move the ladder a couple times. But you just spray the foam on, it will stick to the rubber, and you just, it looks like shaving cream, and just leave it sit. And what'll happen is it'll run down and the excess will drip off the bottom of the seals. It's non-toxic, it's not hazardous to the earth or your interior or anything like that, so don't worry about getting it on you. The rubber seals will absorb what they need in order to lubricate them and condition them, and the rest will just run off. And that's it. That's all you got to do is spray it on there. And again, mechanically, the chain is pre-lubricated above the slide out that runs the cables, and the cables themselves are lubricated, so you don't require any manual lubrication on these for maintenance. You do want to do an inspection when you're doing maintenance. If you're going to a good service center, they're going to check all your seals on your trim, not only because they want to make a couple bucks, but they want to make sure that your RV is not leaking. So you want to look at all these critical points of water entry and make sure they're sealed well as you're doing your maintenance. Next, we're going to move on to a Lippert hydraulic slide out on this Montana right here. This one's a little different. You'll notice a couple things. First of all, the bulb seal is located on the fascia as opposed to the wall like the AccuSlide we just looked at. And the wiper seal is quite a bit larger, but it serves the same purpose. So you want to rub that with your fingers. If you get any black residue or stickiness, that seal's on its way out, and you should definitely condition it and see if that helps. If not, you may need to replace them. By the way, you'll notice we have a slide topper on this one. So you may be wondering, how do I get the top seal condition? Well, there's two awesome things about it. Number one, the slide topper's there, so that seal is likely going to be in great condition already. But you can go to each end, climb your ladder, and again, that foam shoots out about 4 or 5 feet. So you should be able to shoot it from the center to the edge, no problem. Let's take a look underneath here. Just gonna squat down. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna take a look at the mechanics of this. We'll do the other side too so you can see the drive mechanism. But this is the slide out ram, and you'll notice there's a gear tooth rail all the way across the bottom, and eventually you come to a gear pack with rollers in here. This is the mechanical section. This is the follower side attached by that linkage right there. It goes from one to the other to the drive side. So you want to lubricate in here. You want to make sure this gear pack is very well lubricated, and all the way down the tooth rail. And also you'll notice these streaks on the side of the ram. Those are pushing on these graphite buttons inside the outer ram. There's one at the top here. This one has two at the top, and then there's one on each side. You can see this is really dry. I would recommend lubrication on this. This is going to prevent noises like squealing, squeaking, croaking, that kind of stuff. And also it's going to run a lot smoother that way. So mechanical lubricant on the tooth rail, the gear pack, and all three sides, top and two sides of the ram itself. Now let's scoot back here. I'm doing this in a one take, so you're coming with me. Sneak over here. Let's take a look at this one because we've got the ram on this side. So this is the next room back, but you can see the mechanical mechanism's identical on the drive side. You've got your tooth rail, your bracket down here, and then you've got your gear pack. But we have the addition of a hydraulic cylinder that pushes this room out here. This should be self-lubricating as the room goes in and out. It does get hydraulic fluid on it as it travels in and out. But if you're a full-timer or you're living in your RV temporarily and you've been there for months and months, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and throw some WD-40 or white lithium grease on this because it hasn't been lubricated in so long. That way it doesn't skip along the rubber seal on the cylinder itself as it goes in. So same thing on the seals here as the first one. You spray the foam on, let it run off, and then mechanically you want to lubricate those gear packs, lubricate the gear rails, the top and the two sides of the ram itself. And if the hydraulic ram's been exposed for a long time, a little bit of WD-40 or white lithium grease, it doesn't take a lot, just to lubricate it as it goes past that rubber seal in the cylinder. All right, and that'll take us to, well, we got a flat tire on that one, we're gonna have to change it. That'll take us to our third type of slide out. Walk around the old Montana here. A lot of you will recognize this. It's been very popular since about '04. This is the Schwintek, which can be identified by the exterior rails here. So what we have here, again, the bulb seals are on the fascia, not on the wall on this type. Some of them are on the wall on a Schwintek though, so keep that in mind. Both styles exist. And of course we have the wiper seal, just like all the other slide rims. Maintenance is exactly the same on these rubber seals. Just spray them, let it run off. Now as far as the gear rail goes, I went to Schwintek training, I don't know how many years ago it was. It was at a casino in Biloxi, and Lippert, Power Gear, Winnebago was all there. And they came out and talked about this Schwintek in great depth. I already had my formal training on it at its inception, or conception, but they went over again about lubrication. And they are adamant about not lubricating these rails. And the reason for that is there's a very small margin for the teeth fitting into these little aluminum slots, and if you add lubricant, especially like guys that want to pack bearing grease in there or something to keep them lubricated, this is aluminum. It doesn't require lubrication. You've got a steel gear running in the aluminum, and the tolerance in here, you know, just millimeters. So anything you add to this is actually going to cause the gear to have to work harder. It's going to cause more friction, make the motor work harder to travel along this rail. I know it's hard to believe. It seems like something that moves should be lubricated, but that's straight from Lippert themselves. Do not lubricate the Schwintek aluminum rails on the exterior. It is not necessary. So on the Schwintek, your maintenance, again, is going to be the rubber seals, whether they're on the fascia or the wall, and the wiper seals. Make sure they're in good condition. Just give them a little rub, see if you get anything on your fingers. You should check those about every 90 days. Other than that, checking your sealants, once again, making sure your slide out toppers, your awnings on your slide outs are in good repair. And that's your slide maintenance, really. Another good idea to do is to check your voltage. Maybe you're having trouble with your slide out. Low voltage can cause these things to do erratic things and not function properly. So make sure your battery's charged, your converter's working good. If you have good voltage and you keep up with your maintenance, your slide outs should last for a very long time without issue. I hope this video wasn't too long, that it was informative so that you folks learned something from it. If you have any questions about slide out maintenance, or you have a slide out I didn't present today, maybe an HWH or something like that, please hit me up in the comments. I do try to respond to everyone that I can. I'm a very busy man, but I still try because I love you guys. I appreciate you watching my videos and supporting me. I do make a few bucks off of it, so it's a nice passive income, and I do appreciate it very much. I will continue to make videos for you, teach you how to take care of your RV, how to repair your RV, and again, keep responding to you because my fans are the best part of this. Thanks very much for watching. Until the next time.